bomber blew up something to kill, quote, one bad guy in their perspective and kill 200 people, it'd be called the ultimate crime ever. See, this is the mind control that's going on. So here is the clip, and then it segues into a child with their lower mandible and throat blown out, screaming in pain with their little hands up saying, why? You can see it in their eyes, and then collapsing back. Just in total panic with their little sister laying next to them with part of their leg blown off. This is what America does. This is what we've become. We just write off 1 million plus dead Iraqis. Here's that clip.
I think it's obviously sends a strong message around the world to dictators that people long to be free, and they need to respect the human rights and the universal aspirations of people. We introduced the resolution in the United Nations that allowed us to protect civilians in Libya when Gaddafi was threatening to slaughter them. It was our folks in NATO who were helping to coordinate the NATO operation there. And the difference here is we were able to organize the international community. We were able to get the UN mandate for the operation. We were able to get Arab countries involved. And so there was never this sense that somehow we were unilaterally making a decision to take out somebody. Rather, it was the world community, and that's part of the reason why this whole thing only cost us $1 billion, as opposed to $1 trillion. Not a single U.S. troop was on the ground. Not a single U.S. Troop was killed or injured. And that, I think, is a recipe for success in the future. I am both surprised and deeply humbled by the decision of the Nobel Committee. The Nobel Peace Prize has not just been used to honor specific achievement, it's also been used as a means to give momentum to a set of causes. And that is why I will accept this award as a call to action, a call for all nations to confront the common challenges of the 21st century.
Now, I want you to look at that, and I want that to burn in real good. And I want you to make a spiritual decision. Just go, your gut, your instincts, of all the knowledge you know, added to your gut. Is that what you want to sign on to? Because when you are pro-war, that's what you're signing on to. Pro-offensive war. That's what offensive war is. They say that's a no-fly zone. That's not war. And Obama said, hey, I don't care what Congress says. I have the UN saying I can do this. I'm the Peace Prize winner. And remember, and I'm going to do a report on this tonight, I'm going to show you CBS, NBC newscasts from the late 60s in Vietnam with stuff just like that, little girls hit by napalm and stuff, that they put on the 6 o'clock news. But today they won't show you that. Remember when Bush, quote, banned people seeing flag-draped coffins? You're not supposed to see the byproduct of it. They're supposed to just, you know, go die, go be put in a hole, or go be legless for the rest of their life, and you're not supposed to see the dead troops. Think of the level of censorship and mind control that is. And no matter how many times they upload these videos at YouTube, they're taken down and the channels are suspended. So I've made the decision that I'm going to put a compilation together of mainstream broadcast TV from the 60s and 70s showing stuff just as violent as that was put on during the family hour, and then put that behind it and ask what's changed. You can see any kind of violence, sex, 100 times what they allowed in the 60s, but you can't show something real. See, in the 60s, you couldn't show blood drip out of the mouth on Gunsmoke. But you could show a child hit by napalm with their skin burned off, because that was news and reality, and you had a right to know to make decisions. And even though our press was controlled to some extent, they were so freaked out by what they were seeing, the decision was made to put it on air, and it ended that war. But now in America, the whole world, by the way, gets to see this but us. So I tell you, you need to get your whole family and get this clip and put it on disc and send it out to everyone you know. They don't want this seen on YouTube. The federal government's ordered this taken down. That's on record now. They're constantly ordering battlefield footage taken down. Footage inside the hospitals. The fruits of this taken down. We should start a movement to put all this stuff on disc, or to download point for you to download it and put it on disc, and start a campaign to mail it to the troops, to mail it to the churches, to mail it to the charities, to mail it to Congress. Congress should be knee-deep in those. 10 million disc of that should go and say, you watch this. You watch this. You look at it. This is what you like to strut around and think is tough and manly. Look at it. Look at it. Look at a little kid begging. Why? Why? With the whole bottom of their face blown off. And all the other kids dead with their faces blown off. I mean, I see all this sick getting off on the news. Our smart bombs. Oh, people didn't like the drones in the 80s, but boy, don't they work great. Oh, why not just release some bioweapon that kills everybody if it works great? And you guys are talking about parking lot this, parking lot that, but you don't know anything about world history, have no idea about the basic facts. But you swell up and say, suicide bombers, those horrible people blowing themselves up. They strap bombs on kids. Because they're so desperate watching their kids be bombed from the air. They say, okay, we'll just send our kids in if that's what you want, because they're already going to be dead anyways. And I'm not saying that's good either. That's a desperate sickness in the response to decades of this sickness, as all of humanity sucks each other down. I mean, if this evil's going on now, what's coming next month? What's coming next year? What's coming in 10 years, the way the world's going? Who can deny the world's going in a way of pure wickedness? I've got more points I want to make on this, but I want to show you a clip from March of 2009, 2.5 years ago. The Obama deception, released March 13th. I want to show you a clip of this now, where we told you they were going to invade Libya and Africa with African, and we told you they had a black face on it to do it. What did Louis Farrakhan call him? That dear, sweet, beautiful brother, Barack Hussein Obama. He is a beautiful man. Really? Well, but now I guess he's telling the truth. He's saying, that murder in the White House. Let's go ahead and go to this Obama deception clip where we told you so again. Here it is.
Number 5, they plan to further federalize health care so that the government can dictate what kind of care citizens receive. Modeled after the British system, this includes rationing care and restricting what procedures the handicapped and elderly are eligible for. Number 6, Obama is already pushing to expand the Department of Defense budget and to station more U.S. troops overseas to encircle Russia, China, Iran, as well as setting up bases in Africa under the pretext of humanitarian aid, and dominate and occupy Africa through AFRICOM.
So we're taking your phone call, seeing what you think of Barack H. Obama. Is he a Judas goat? Is he a front man? Is he a betrayer? Let's go to Anthony in Georgia. Anthony, what's your take on Barack Obama?
They put the face of Barack Obama as part of their public relations, because it's like in the old folk tales about vampires. A vampire cannot force his way into somebody's house. It's against some kind of metaphysical law. So the vampire has to persuade the resident of the household to open the door and invite him in. So they're going to look at the peephole at Barack Obama, which looks like them and appears to be on their side. They're going to say, okay, here's my ally. Let me open the door and let me let this person in. And then Barack Obama is just, of course, a front man for the American empire, where he's going to have the entire U.S. Navy, the entire U.S. Army, and the entire U.S. Marines under AFRICOM command. And, of course, he's going to turn it into a new Iraq, and he's going to turn it into a new Afghanistan. Every operation that you see going on in Iraq and Afghanistan is going to propagate to the poor countries of Africa. And
well, sir, I agree with you. Sir, I agree with you. They're looking to the people. They see a handsome, smiling African face. You know, he's all, hey, I'm from Kenya. And then it's a total bait and switch. But it's the same thing here in the United States where they would get sellout Native American chiefs to sell out their people. This is the oldest trick in the book. And he can also pacify the most downtrodden minority groups in the United States. And he's saying, hey, get ready for sacrifice. Get ready to lose your standard of living. They're like, yay, I love Obama. They could never get away with this with a John McCain.
Obama basically does a couple of things. One is, again, this idea, kick the Chinese out of Africa. Kick them out of Sudan where they get oil. Kick them out of Zimbabwe where they get raw materials. Start a civil war in Congo, another big source of raw materials. Al-Qaeda, an arm of the U.S. intelligence community, is now active in Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco. You've got a destabilization going on in Kenya around Odinga. That's Obama's cousin. This is a guy who has two children. They're Obama's niece and, well, nephew in a broad sense. And one of them is named Raul, and the other one is named Winnie, after Winnie Mandela, who did the necklacing and political assassinations in South Africa. So this Odinga is essentially a CIA destabilizing operation in Kenya, and he's got a Odinga Islamic Alliance to crush the Christians in Kenya, but this also reaches into Ethiopia, it reaches into Uganda, Congo, Tanzania, and a whole bunch of other countries in that region. So all of Africa is a battlefield in flames between the U.S. and the Chinese, with Obama leading the charge to kick the Chinese out for geopolitical reasons.
Number 7, radically expand federal control over family farms and ranches.
And there's another part of the film where we actually show the troops invading, and we show them first starting in Libya. That's where I believe, when I told the guy to make the map, the invasion would actually begin, because I looked at the airfields and water supplies, and you could actually, that's what I was able to find real quick during a break from Obama Deception. There's another part where we show the map, and where I show them invading in Libya and then spreading down, just because I did a military analysis of it. All right, now, again, this is our military? No, we pay for it. The globalists then get the resources. And we need to face what these wars are really doing. We're going to open the phones up and get into a bunch of news straight ahead. 800-259-9231. Open phones on this Friday. Stay with us. 800-259-9231. What's your take on what I just covered?
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
You can bet your life on eFoods Direct. Alex has told you about the amazing, great-tasting, long-term storable food from eFoods Direct and how a food savings account is your best insurance against natural disasters, job loss, and high food costs. But did you know that this dehydrated food also protects you against foodborne contaminants like E. coli and salmonella? Those poisonous critters can't live in low-moisture food from eFoods Direct. Ask for the Alex Fall Special. The Fall Special is a 24-day supply of food in a convenient portable container. A $259 value for only $199. Save $60 on 160 servings of the best food on the planet. Call 800-409-5633 and ask for the Alex Fall Special and go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Call 24 hours, 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Cal Ben Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Tyranny is here.
The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency